intensity part of practice. All right? To build an intensity, you got to have a certain level of how they want to play defense. You can't go halfway in defense. You got to go all out. So what we do is we have intensity drills. And the way that I get the players ready to do this is we do what's called a rally clap. Now, John Wooden had his old, they talked about him. He had his old first lesson he ever taught his players was how to tie your shoelaces. The first lesson I teach my players is how to clap. Because your players, clapping enthusiasm, they got to get excited about some of the stuff their teammates do. And, when you're doing a basketball clap, you got to make some noise. So I teach my players that so that they understand. Hey, you got to make noise. You got to get excited. Your teammate's going to do something. They're going to put their body on the line. You got to make noise. You got to get excited. All right. So I'm going to teach them the rally clap, and then we'll get into it. Basically, what I do is I'll tell them, hey, rally clap on 3, and then they'll do it, and then I'll go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then we'll get into whatever drill. What I talked about of when you have a limited amount of time, and most of us do, we can't be in our gym until we want to. We do have limits. And so what you have to do is you have to, back to what I said about having those key phrases, key things for the players. So we have a name for every one of our drills. Every one of our drills we have a name for. And so all I have to do is I have to say the name of the drill. The kids say it, they clap 2 times, and they get it done. And then what it does is it allows me to focus on, are they doing it right? Is this the way that I want them to do it? So that's what we kind of do. All right? One of the first things, like I said, we build on is we will build on their technique. When you get tired, you have to always be able to go back to your technique. And Pete talked about the quality of footwork is directly related, quality of shots directly related to quality of footwork. Same goes for defense. I was watching them doing those slides back and forth, and I told them already, I said, you know what? A good point guard is going to cross you over. Because we concentrate on just the little things. When we teach defense, we teach them to step and to slide and to push off their back leg. That way they keep their space between their legs. And what a lot of kids, and I had one for 4 years, he always thought he was a great defender, but this is what he do. We would teach this, and what would happen is he would step, and then he would step like this. And so what happens is a guy makes a move that way. When you step, did this defender go anywhere? No, he didn't. And so he kept on getting crossed over. He kept on getting blow-bys. And it was like I had to break it down to him on film and be like, look, see how your body is? This is defense stance. When the guy goes, you step and you push so that you keep the ball in front of you. You don't step with your inside foot. You step with the outside foot and keep your space. All right, so the first thing we're going to do, like I said, is we'll do a charge drill. All right, you got to be willing to hit the ground for your team. And when the guy sacrifices for the team, teammates got to be willing to take it. So, pair up and get back. We got the rally clap going, we're excited, right? And then when we take the charges, all you do is, when I say charge, and I'll make a signal charge, you're just going to run into your teammate, and he's going to hit the ground and take a charge. Now, as soon as he hits the ground, one of the things you teach when you're taking a charge is you grab the ball and take it with you. Because you never know what the ref is going to call. So when he comes at me, I grab the ball, I take it down to the ground. That way, if he tries to get the shot off and the ref calls me for a blocking foul, they don't get it. All right? The reason why my tooth is missing is I tried to take a charge and the ref called me for a blocking foul. And he came down and cracked my tooth in half, So understand, you never know what the ref is going to call. So when he comes, you're here, you take the ball down, you go down to the ground. That also protects your players from breaking the wrist. Because your players get very scared of the floor. But last time I checked, I haven't heard of people dying from hitting the floor with their butt. Their head, yes, but their butt, no. So when you go down to the ground, you keep the ball, you go down, you hit with your butt, you're also making sure they don't put their wrist back and break it. All right, that way it protects against everything. All right, so when I do this signal, you're going to take a charge. Now, let's practice rally clap with you guys. All right, so when you're clapping, right, you cuff your hands like this, and you make noise like this. Right? Don't do it like you're at some opera and bravo, bravo. No, this is the noise you make. Right? And when your teammate hits the floor, you get excited. Your teammate just put their body on the line for your team. So after they go to the floor, you're going to reach That's how you help out your teammates who just put their body on. All right, so take the ball. Ready? Charge. Gotta take the ball, rugby. Get up. Now, you see how quiet I was? Horrible, isn't it? These guys aren't ready to play defense, so this is when I tell them I can go. All right, bring it in. If I say quick huddle, you guys stay and then you get over here. We need to practice this, right? Because you know how many times you've been in a practice and you want to say something and they're all over the place, and you say quick huddle, they all walk over like, man, coach, what? So you want to get them here. When I say that, you get over here. We're going! Too slow! We're going!
What does it build? It builds that intensity that, oh, I got to display and not worry about fouls. Later on, I got to start teaching the kids, hey, calm down now. Calm down. You got 4 fouls in the first 2 minutes. How's that helping? But it's easier to tone them down than to tone them up. And you'll see, look how I'm sweating trying to get them to play the way I want to. Do you want to have to sweat this way every game? If you don't teach them to play in tens at the beginning of the season, then what happens is when you teach them to play the game, then you're like, okay, you guys ready for this? And you have to give that, amazing motivation speech every practice. But if they learn, play here every game, you don't have to do that every game. And when they're not playing here, you can look at them like, you guys know how we're meant to play. And all you can do is say, we go! We go! And so they get over here, you can yell at hard, and the timeout, you're like, you guys are not ready, man. You guys are not playing the way I want you. You got to wake up. You're going to go right back on 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. You're not playing the way I want you to. Let's get a right on that ball. I guarantee you somebody's going to dive after a loose ball the next possession. Even if they can get it, they'll be like, you know what? I'm going after it. And when that teammate does that, everybody else will look around like, what am I doing? Why am I not doing this too? And your defense will pick up. All right? So, on the get tough drill. Very simple. Back up. This is the hand. My arm's like the plate. So, he can't travel. What's going to happen is, I guarantee you, Brooklyn's going to be like, oh my gosh, coach is in me. He's going to want to travel and everything. I don't care. If he throws an elbow, hey, I lost the tooth already. It doesn't hurt. Okay? So I'm here. When I say 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, when I say get tough, I get into him, and I'm literally just guarding him. I'm on him. And the way that you teach on the ball, so that refs don't come out. You take your pinky, and you put it in his belly button like this. See how he moved back? He's not ready for it. Come on, man. It's a pinky. I'll take it! And you're moving! But you put it right there and you're here. One of the reasons why is he's got the ball there in catch position. He can't bring the ball up there without going through my arms. So I'm here. When the ball comes up, I'm here in between. Because if he tries to bring the ball down, I grab it from him. So I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. The ball goes up. Now, when I go up, so what we teach on the ball going up, hands go up, goes down. Because what your players want to do is they want to do tippy-toe defense. I call that principle. When the ball goes up, they don't want to be up. That's not defense. So you're here, you're wide, your hands are here, you're right here in the space. Hand goes up, my butt goes down, right here. Now, we also have the difference between a live dribble and a dead dribble. If he's in a live dribble, when the ball comes down, I've got to give him some space to react to the dribble. Now, if it's a dead dribble, I'm in him, and I'm going to kill the space. He has space, I'm going to kill him. He has no dribble. You ready? For 5 seconds, I'm going to play defense. You ready for my defense? Okay. You ready? Go. Oh, you're not ready. You ready? Go. Come on. There you go. So we do that. Now, what am I teaching? Like I said, earlier on I'm teaching you aggressiveness. I'm teaching, here, tracking the ball. I'm teaching all of that. I get time later on to tone that down. But earlier on, you want to teach them. Aggression is a choice. Understand? So if you allow your kids to choose, and, I don't know here, the culture, but my guys, smart, nice kids, they're not going to choose to be aggressive. I want them to. I want them to be here. Now, the way that we finish this, right, when I get to 0, he'll toss it out, I'll dive at the loose ball. I'm old. Last time I did a loose ball, there you go. Last time I did a loose ball, because my players weren't doing it right, I hurt my thigh, which was about 3 days ago. Huh? You just roll the ball. You never gonna hold it? You never gonna hold it? You ball? I know. Bowling hurts my fingers. Alright, so I'm here. You roll it out, I'm gonna dive. Once again, teaching them how to dive. You really want me to dive. He's like, I want to see this coach on the floor, one way or another. Right? That's also one of the things. Back to personalities. You can see, I get it. Now, offensively, I stand back, I just do it right. Because I spend all the time like in practice, we do all over and over. So when the game comes, I stand back. But on defense, they can hear me. One of the things that I teach them is in defense, very early, I teach them to tell a story. Back to the communication. I should be able to close my eyes like this and hear what's going on. If I can't, then they're not playing defense. They need to be able to tell you a story. And that's back to phrases. I'll be on the sideline, I'll be on defense, and I'm like, I can't hear a story, I can't hear a story. Now, everybody in the right mind thinks I just don't move. But my players know our language, and so my players know what I mean. There's no communication. No one's talking. All right? So it's one of those, they know, tell me a story. Okay? So I'm here, I'm running, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. He rolls the ball out, I dive, I get it. Now, back to teaching the hustle. And this is the thing they were struggling with the other day. You can't roll over the ball or else it's trapped. So he's got to sprint. After he rolls it, when I'm on the ground after it, he's got to sprint ahead of me so I can cover it. Because if I roll over and throw it back, that's a travel. And those are all the things that we teach our players so they understand. Because how many times did the loose ball go? And everybody that got out of does that. No, your teammate gets on the floor. You sprint, but he's going to get you a leg. Oh, you're doing it. Okay. We'll do this. All right? You going to make me tough? You going to kill my space? Now, when I talk about kill space, I mean the space between us. I shouldn't be able to take one of the what's that thing you want to ride? The taxi thing? Yeah. Well, I shouldn't be able to drive that thing between the two of us. Alright? So if I'm here and I got a ball, he's got to kill the space between us. So he kills the space by that's not killing it. You know, there you go. See, now look. Now I got to look. Now he's making it tough. There you go. There you go. And then when I throw it, he's going to die from under the head. Alright, got it? Got the demonstration? You lay it now, where's your hand? Right? Now, why are you closing your fist? Because all refs love this. The minute refs see this, they think you're right. So what you do is you close your fist so they can't say you're holding it. No, look, I got a fist. Right? Some refs, sometimes holding themselves turn their hand. And now you just put your hand backwards. Because when the ref says you grab the ref, you can see the palm of his hand. How is he grabbing? Okay? So you do this, and you're here. Alright, but we prefer, like I said, belly button. Nobody likes a little too many elbows. Alright, stop. Ready? You're in there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, one of the things is, he's playing like a defensive line, offensive lineman. You see you play right now? Now, the reason why is, his hands are in me like this. And he doesn't have a hand out in the passing lane. You want to have a hand out here in the passing lane so that anytime I think about passing, you can deflect it. Alright? And if the ball goes on the other side, you take your hand from one side, when it goes, you switch over. So you're literally on top of the ball here. And see, am I just moving my feet? I mean my hands? No, my feet are just too. I'm here, I'm here, I'm here. I keep the ball in the middle of my body. At all times, the ball is right here in the middle of my body. I'm switching over, I'm here, I'm here. I got my hands out. Alright? Hands up. Ready, go. You ready? Loose ball. Give me this. There. Oh. Y'all ready to do this? Yeah. All right, are you ready for your space? Don't throw the ball so you can dive into each other. Ready? All I do is count backwards. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then you throw the ball. Ready? Oh, shucks. Hey, it hurts, huh? But you know what? You'll be okay. Ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. here. You're going to close out. Now in the closeout, my man, you're doing what? Oh, y'all don't pay attention. They said y'all are amazing students. I gave you the answer earlier. Y'all weren't taking notes? Hands up. Oh, there you go. He did it, but we're playing defense. Why are you not communicating? Hands up. Hands up. Hands up. Hands up. So when I close out here, my hands go up.
So this here, you're going to take this around your waist. Actually, what I'll do is just anchor down. Anchor down. Okay? Just make it going that way. Okay? So I'm going to make this over here. I'm going to slide over here. And I'm going to turn. And then I'm kind of just going to take it back. Okay? Kind of got that? Then I'm going to take this. I'm going to turn this way. Slide. 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 Turn. Come on. Close that way. Just hop up. Got that bit? Ready? Get down. You're going to slide out as far as you can go. Turn, tight. Butt down, hands up. Hop, hop, hop. It's going to burn. Are you ready? You're nervous, aren't you? Go. Hands up. Hop, hop, hop. Turn face that way. Go. Slide, side, side. Hop, hop, hop. You feel this? Yeah. All right, so if you have these, honestly, you have to have, this just adds a little bit more resistance to his workout, which will make it, when he goes down and does it, it's like a hot knife to your butt, because now his body's in a position to go even harder, okay? So, anyhow, you good? Okay. So anyhow, so this is another little toy. We'll definitely be doing this week if we can, but this is just another thing you can do to do before you do this live, okay?
So we're running like behind. I'm just gonna have like two guys. So you did a here, and you're right behind. All right. So sliding the house is simple. You come up, close out to here, close out, and then you slide. Now you communicate. Remember I said I should tell a story. If you're sliding with the ball, you should tell me which direction the ball. So if you're sliding to your left, you're going left, left, left. When you get into the alley here, you're going to sprint back into this elbow. Call that the window. This area right here, you sprint back into here, and you're going to close out to what we call the baseline here. Elbow here, and then you sprint back in. And once again, it's all working on muscle movement, muscle memory, and all that. Getting them to understand the angles they got to take. So it's here, close out, slide. Sprint into here, close out, sprint into this area, all right? And then because it's symmetrical between if I put a mirror here, same thing on that side, that's the other side. So after you go that side, it's going to close out on that side. Alright, so when you start going the other way, so just listen to what I said. Close out, slide to the sideline, sprint into the elbow, close out to the baseline, sprint to deep. Deep is basically the position where you put the weight within a hat. Alright, so this is the position you're in deep. Alright, when we're talking about Ben's house, deep is basically the basket. So this is the basket area. The elbows, of course, the knee. And then on the old courts, on this one you can't really see it. On the new courts, they kind of put it over. But on all the old basketball courts, they had a nail right here in the middle. And so that's why we refer to the nail. It's basically the middle of the court. So you have in Ben's house, you have the basket, you have the elbow, you have the nail. All right, ready? Close out. Continue to get the help. That's right. Now close out to the side. Close out. Now step out. Close out. Slide your right. Top. Right. Step up the elbow. Close out to the wing. Spread. Now
started going through it, so we would talk about some of the technique. He turned his body around a lot. And so what we teach, and we do, you use the old drum stop, reverse pivots. We do that as a warm-up for defense too. Because think about it, I close out here. Isn't this a reverse pivot? So I train in here. I get to another reverse pivot. Close out here, another reverse pivot. So that's why in our warm-ups for defense, we might sometimes do line drills and do reverse pivots, front pivots, because those are all part of basketball too, and it's part of defense too. All right, so that's slide in the house. Getting to it, it says man-to-man, so we'll do a quick little shell drill and I'll explain about men's house. So let me get 4 guys on offense with one with the ball here. 4 guys, let's go quickly. Come on. And then let me get 4 defenders. One at the elbow here, one at the elbow there. One guy blocked there, one guy blocked. Get over it. No, you stay there. All right, so first thing I teach is you always have to level the ball. So where's the ball, baby? So when we talk about level ball, my players know if I'm standing here and I do this, they go do push-ups. The ball's right here. Why are you standing there? Who you guard? What can he do? Shoot the ball. Can he shoot it? Why? Yeah, I do. Why are you standing over there? Where's the ball? The ball's scoring because you're standing over there worried about it. The first thing you got to do is always be aware. The ball, why are you guys still standing there? The ball's here. And you guys are walking off defense. Oh my gosh. Is that how you play defense? I don't think so, man. Right? And then when I throw it, you would go. Right? So we'll walk through it so I can show you. So the ball would go there. He would kill the space. I can say pass it in the hand. So you would close out, hands up. There you go. So hands up, butt down, play it away here. He's on the move. What do I just do? You would fit into the there. Now, the ball has 2 places it can go. Talking about men's life. The ball can go to the elbow, or the ball can go to what? To the nail. So those are the 2 spots that need to be protected. So now, this is the demonstration that we talk about Great White. He taught me this one. When your players don't understand about double defense, sit down. All right, come on. Come on, man. Come on, man. See how you defend? That's what you teach your players. You can't go halfway and help you can. You gotta be fully committed. You gotta come on and help you up. That's what you do. You go all the way. So if your job is to protect the nail, you gotta be at the nail. Your job is to protect the elbow. So where do you have to be? Now, I understand that you always say that people are in love with three-point shooting. Then yeah, right? But so far, guys can shoot. So then we might do a little bit of both with him. If he's a shooter, then you would go there. And then we have another phrase. So if he's a good shooter, scouting court is knockout. So now you know, coach said what? Guard time. Now, if that's the case, then you tell the guy the ball open. And what the guy knows now is you would say open elbow. And then you'd say to the side. What that tells me is if I hear open right, I know that the right elbow is open, so I shouldn't let the ball go there. Because if I let the ball go to the right elbow, there's no one to help me. And so I now know, change my close out to be open right, so I will close out and send it to the nail. That's the right elbow. Alright, so that's the adjustment we make. If that's a shooter, then we start talking about open elbow, open nail. Alright, the ball is there, alright, here we can what? 3 spots. Basket, elbow, nail. What are 3 spots? Man, y'all don't talk much. Basket! That's good.
get there. Right? Now, what we teach also is you never walk on the court. So right now, because I'm getting the concept, I'm letting them move like this. But when we start doing our drill, we do it's just it's a basically you have a line on the court, and the two baselines make an eye. And we always talk about don't walk in and out now. So if they're moving toward the basket like this, it's straight. And if they're moving away from it, it's straight. But they never walk. The ball goes there. Who's on that? Right, went to the spot, good. And you got the basket, right? You move over a little, don't fall us. And then you move over what's here on the gap. Right? And then you just get over to the tail. Don't fall. Right? If you do that, the smart team will go to the back shoe. You gotta leave it. Right? And so you want to turn around and see. Okay? Turn around.
We actually got, I was talking to Coach, California is governed by one body for athletics for high school. And we actually got in trouble by them because of that, playing so many seasons. Because the schools technically, the schools only purchase insurance to cover us for that one winter season. And then the rest of the time, the coaches that do it, basically we have to buy our own insurance. And then we basically take on the liability of everything in the basic off season. And what coaches were doing is they were using their school's basketballs, their school's uniforms. Some schools are even using the school bus to go to all of these off season. And so the basic CIF about a month ago sent out a letter to all of us telling all the ADs to investigate. So my AD investigated the head coach and determined that he was doing no wrong. So, and my principal signed it. But that's basically what it is. And then right now, that is the biggest debate in California as far as high school sports. Because it's the case of all sports. It's not just basketball. Baseball teams, they're doing woodbat leagues right now. Their season is usually the spring, but they're doing it now. So it's football in the summer. If you go to colleges, football teams are taking their whole teams to colleges to do the college league. So it's a big high school issue that they're trying to address. About 4 years ago, they made it a rule that we could basically work with our kids year-round. And so this is kind of the outcome of it, that they're now trying to reel us back in, because once they said, coaches, do what you want, coaches did what they wanted. And now they're like, wait a second. Now we got coaches doing it, 365 days. And we didn't want all of that. But they gave us permission. And as you know, if you don't govern people, they're pretty much going to do what they want to. Back to the defense, the man-to-man, because we're running out of time. I gave you the general concepts. We didn't do any movement, but it goes the same for the movement. If you have a guy cutting, well, it's man-to-man, so you're going to go with the cutter. But when you go with the cutter, what that's going to do is, if you're guarding one of those spots, it's going to open it up, and that's where back to the language that we teach them. So if I'm at the elbow and my guy cuts and I go with him, the elbow's now open. I need to tell whoever's guarding the ball, hey, your right is open, your right is open. Now that guy knows, hey, you know what? I may be on the ball here, but if my right is open, I've really got to make sure the ball can't go to the right. Let me send it to the left, because that's where all my help is. And so that's what we do. We were meant to do it, so I'll really quickly show it. My concept is zone defense. Back when I was coaching in college, we used to always laugh when we went to go see high school games, because we always thought, and my players, I refer to as high school zones, where literally what you have is you have 2-3 zone, you have 2 guys standing at the top here, another guy over there, and 3 guys at the bottom, and when the ball gets passed, they literally pivot like this, then they do this a little, then the ball goes top, they do this, then the ball goes over there, and they do this. Well, you know what? Any good team is going to pick you apart and score off of that. And so what we do is, so that they also keep the concept of pressuring the ball and all of the man, I do matchup zones. I don't do just 2-3, as I refer to them, high school zones. I do matchup zones. So my players know, in the 6 years they've had me, I've said 2-3 zone once. And that was 2 weeks ago when I was trying to teach our younger kids how to run offense. But they know I will never say that. I will never. So our first defense we call it 3. And it's basically a 1-2-2 matchup zone. All right, I'll show you guys kind of the rotations. If you have any questions, we have time, you can ask me later and I can do it. The other one we do, because we have 2 zones, because this one is designed to take away the inside. The other zone matches up, if they are shooters, it matches up better with shooters on the outside. And the other zone, I was crying to Pete before we left. If you have an iPad, and it used to be an app on iPad, that's where I live. Coaches, we beg, borrow, and steal from anything. And that's probably one of the problems we have now in the U.S., that all these young coaches, because they don't want anyone to figure out their system, they don't share. Old coaches, they don't care, because they know you're going to get scouted, teams will figure it out. After 1 or 2 games of seeing you, we'll figure it out. So, old coaches, and you can do that. If you see a team, I don't know how much college basketball you get, but if you see a college basketball game, you can email the coach. And most coaches, college coaches, are fairly nice about it. They'll email you back with whatever you ask for. If you email the coach like, hey coach, that play you ran against this team, really, can I get it? They'll send it to you. Now, if you do that to a high school coach, be like, are we ever going to play? Is there a chance we'll see each other? If we are, coach, I'm not going to give you that play because that's my go-to play. Well, you know what? If it's your go-to play, I'm going to see it 6 or 7 times before it gets to me because I'm going to watch your games. But, that's basically what it is. You can always, coaching is a network. We pick in, my defenses, I pick from different places and put them together. So understand that's, it's about networking and sharing everything. So the 3 defense, like I said, it starts as a 1-2-2. 5 guys, 5. You 2 are up the others. Who's a ball defender? Nobody. All right, there you go. You be in the middle here. You're off. And then you 2 guys. Now, in this in this matchup zone, right? We put our 2 bigger players at the elbows. All right, if you have a big flunker, don't put him at the elbow. The way that you put him is you put him on the right side bottom.
Why the right side bottom? Because unfortunately we're creatures of habit, and so most teams run their offense to the right side. So if you have a big guy and he's not mobile enough to guard, close out on the wing, put him at that bottom right spot, because that's usually where the team go when they want to post up. They'll put their block guy down there, so you put him there, and then he doesn't have to move it. Alright, so it starts off, like I said, as a 1-2-2. The concept is, even though they look like that, the concept is this. There's a funnel. It goes from the elbow to half court, and it goes from that elbow to half court. Anytime the ball is in the funnel, you're in man. So if the ball is here, and there are guys on the perimeter, they're not going to look like this. They're literally going to match up with those guys. Alright? And the guy that's got the ball, now, we play a guy that was going from here and getting it. So we'll guard him. But like I said, I've only seen one of those this year so far. So his concept, like I said, this is the zone, magic zone is the design to take away the middle. So his job is to stay back and guard the high post until the ball gets below and look like, luckily, most courts have a little bit of lines here. If your court is one of those that has a volleyball court in the middle, it's the 10-foot line. So if he's standing up here above the 10-foot line, he's not going to come up. If he pulls from here and makes it, good luck. He's pretty good. Okay. So you're here, and as soon as the ball gets below, he now comes up. The ball's still in the funnel, so they're literally still in the matchup. They're still matched up with somebody, they still have somebody to guard. Now, set up. Can you go on this side? And then you get right there. Give me one ball. So the ball's here, we've got it. When the ball goes to the wing, our 1-2-2, it goes from being a 1-2-2 to being a 1-3-1. How's it do? Well, I told you, your job is what? To get that high post. You now go and close out the ball. Alright? And then this bottom guy, now you'll see why we put our better athletes and bigger guys there. He's going to get in what we call the hole. The hole is this gap right between. So we keep, if you want to keep on the same terms, you can call that the elbow. And he literally goes, you got the nail. He's got the elbow. He's got the baseline. If you want to keep the same concept as your man. Alright? This guy drops all the way down and gets to deep. So he's all the way down here. And now you can see the 1-3-1. 1-3-1. Alright? If the ball goes to the corner, when it goes there, that's it. He gets the ball, you would stay. He gets into the low post there, and you would get into the hole each of the elbow here. Alright, you see the 1-3-1? 1-3, and now you would drop down, and now you're the one, because most teams set a what kind of? They're going to set a backdoor screen on you and throw a lob, so you got to be ready to knock that guy down. Right? So here's the 1-3-1. If we're in our defenses, anytime I double the number, we double the pressure. So this is 3. If I'm killing 33, then what happens is we're trapping it. The ball went to, remember that dead corner, that corner we want? So we'll send the trap. So the trap would be, here we go. You would drop down, you would deny that pass, and now your job is to give whatever skip pass it. And that would be our trap for this. Right? So like I said, my players know, if I double the number, we're doubling the pressure. Alright, I'm going to be back with first ball, 3. Alright, I'm back to the pass. So, who's got the ball? Who's in the area? There's the hole. There's 1-3-1. No, we're not tracking. Now, ball goes up top. He's back. Who's there? Good. You got the air. Ball. Good. Close. Come guard it. Low. Right. Alright, good. Let's do it so I can get it on this side. And then the ball goes there. He's on the ball. You've got the nail. Who's got the knee? Yeah, why would I put you way up here? So that you all by your lonesome. That's why this top guy he'll try and, I don't know, if I put him there with me, he'll flash the steal. You'll be surprised how much ground the big guys cover if they yell, hey, you know, if you get that steal, you can get it done. He'll be like, oh, I'm going to get it then, right? So this is basically the 1-3-1. I mean, the 3-3. All right, and like I said, what we do is, especially when we talk about how our season goes, we have those tournaments.
Sorry, on your 33,
We can trap, basically if we're 33 high and low, we're trapping the out. Yeah, if I say high and low, if I go 33 and then I do this, we're only trapping in those corners. If I go 33, we're trapping anytime we get the ball to the sideline alley, the gutter, we're trapping. All right? And like I said, we do this earlier on. Like I said, if I don't have the time during this tournament, if we can't go watch everybody, the biggest thing you want to do to a team is disrupt their offense. If you do that, then guess what? You pretty much it's going to be hard for them. You want them to become mechanical, have to think. When a player's just playing natural, you're in danger, especially if he's a good player. You're really in danger. He's going to come down and be like, oh, I got this. But if you make him have to think, so what we do is we'll change our defense constantly. I'll throw, I'll be like, hey, 3. And if we do 3, usually if we do 3, we first do a full court press. And we'll do a full court press. If we do that, we fall back into 3. If we're in man, we go man. All we're doing is trying to always make them think. They're not going to turn around and be like, oh, it's still. No, something new, something new. And like I said, so 5 starts off actually as a 1-1-3. Reason being is back to the balls in the funnel. We are in man-to-man. So one of you two guys, and that's back to what I talked about high school zone. If the ball's right here, those two would stand there. It's a big guy. They stand there until I let you the ball way down here. And I'm like, oh, I'm ready to shoot. Can I shoot? Right? And then they'll look at each other and be like, what you got? So what we do is concept of this. And when we're in this, we also make whoever's guarding the ball go focus. So one of you guys, when I say hey, you're 5, you would come down here and pick the ball up from the court. Because what we want the ball to think is it's man-to-man. And if the ball's in the middle of the court, it looks like man-to-man. But as soon as we pass it, it's going to become a matchup, and that's back to making them think. They just started running their man-to-man offense, and then all of a sudden they're going to have to pull it back out, and we get 35 seconds in our shot. And that's kids, they panic for that. So you can just imagine the 24-second shot clock. If they're like, have to stop and reset their offense, then it becomes easier to guard because now you know they're probably going to have to go to some kind of offensive set to score, and all you have to do is be aware, what sets do they run this time? And then you can guard it. So one of those guys will come up, and then the other guy will literally be guarding the high post. And we're just in that, right? So the ball goes to the wing, back to our big man stop. You would get the high post with these. And on this one, our big man come out. So this is back to we always start zone start design. Last year in our final game, my basic section game, finals, we played a team that had 3 15-year-olds, 2 7-footers and 1 6'9". And the tallest guy on my team is 6'3", and in the third quarter, he got elbowed in the nose, and they couldn't stop the bleeding, so he didn't play the rest of the game. So I literally, my next tallest guy was 6'1". And, we fought the game, laying up, throwing different things at him, doing this, because it's back to our concept is, it doesn't matter the size you can make it work. I got that from rugby. Right? Rugby, the bigger they are, the harder they fall. That concept, that's what I got. All right, I'm going to take down the boss for that. Yeah, right. He falls on me, that hurts. But that's back to, so we know the size, it's about the height. So we have our big men have to be able to cover ground. So he would go over there. This guy would take away, of course, back to our concept. He's got the elbow, you got the nail, right? You would get right there. If they run a baseline runner, right? Back to, you would move over, and then you're over there. All right, now, this is the weird part. On this pass, this guy sprints all the way back over there,
this defense, and there are other things. Like I said, if you have an iPad, it may come back, but basically they have this one on that, and that's where I picked this up. And the reason why I picked it up is because just so I could have an adjustment or something new to throw at teams when the other one wasn't working. So we have 3 base defense, these 2 matchup zones in our partner, and we just rotate through those throughout the game. And depending on the team, this year I was telling coach this year, I'm not the biggest thing in my huddle. I've got 3 other things bigger than me. So this year, picking up full court, we probably won't do that. Last year, like I said.
All right, so you and I are working together. Our chest is based like that. At no time will we ever do this. Okay, this is not basketball. Okay, it's all basketball 101. First thing we're going to do is catch the ball to me. And pass it on. Okay, the first one, and I'm going to move it a little bit. We're going to start with this job. Okay, catch it 2, pass it 1. Outside, pass it 1. Catch it 2, pass it 1. Catch it 2, pass it 1. Come on, pass it 1. Okay, then we would walk over this side. Okay, I have the inside, I have the outside. Okay, catch it 2, pass it 1. Catch it 2, pass it 1. Okay, here, keep going. And then sauce. Jump stop. Okay? Good guys got it. Okay? So, catch it 2. Inside. Alright, you guys got it? Bring it back. Figure it over the eyes. Jumps up the baseline. Control. Take it over the other side. Jumps up. Start through. Go. Get it 2 passes 1. Inside. Get it 2 passes 1. Inside. Go. Here. Come out. Good. Pass and go behind. Go, right down. Pass and go behind. You guys ready? So pass it, go behind him, dribble with your left. Go. Dribble with your left. Jump stop. Pass, go behind. Dribble with your left. Go. Go behind. Good. Go. So, at this cone, hey guys, can we run? Is there any way we can kind of move? I've already made excuses. Okay, so now the real week's coming. Okay, so here it is. You guys come. Okay, how about all that? We don't have enough time. All right, we don't have time. So throw it up, close to the butt, down that side. Straight! Jumps up, down pass. Nice. Jumps up. You two switch. You two switch. Let's go. Go. Jumps up on the knee. Keep running. Down pass. Here we go. Cut to the basket. Front cut! Alright? Outlet! Front cut! You're going to start yelling, right! You ready? Go. What do you got? Outlet! What do you got? What do you got? Front cut! Go. Outlet! Right! Front cut! Outlet! Let's go. Finish. Let's go. Sprint. Talk, guys. Gotta talk. All right. Now, hold up. Where are you supposed to be? Where's the line supposed to be? Monkey see, monkey do. Okay? He stands there. He must know something I don't know. I said over there. So over there. Where's the other guys? I got an ankle guy, I got Coach Clem, I got the girl over here playing with bands. Alright, so you go outlet, alright? We're now going to do a Laker cut. A Laker cut. It's the next one. So you're going to take off your go. Right. Come to a jump stop on the top, lead, pass the ball, and breathe. You're going to dive down into the block. You're going to pass the ball to it. You're going to chin the ball. Get down low. Be strong. And you're going to cut. Laker cut! Okay, go. Back. Go. Quick. Flat. All right. Laker cut! Let's go. Good. Let's go. Okay, something like that. All right. Next one. We're going to shoot a 90. Okay? So, we're going to walk down the floor. Toss it. Actually, drop it. Go hard. We're going to do a jump stop. We come to the slot. Good. And then pass the ball out. Now you are going to do a morning shooting. You're going to fake low, and you're going to come here, fake. So, I'm going to fake my defender here. I'm coming to 90. 1, 2. All right. Now, we'll do one more. And this is going to lead, I think, to the coach's offensive side. Now, there's two different things we do at home. There's two different fast breaks. There's the fast break. I'm going to join your group. So, you're going to open up, okay? You're going to rebound it. You're going to pass it to your outlet. Pass it. You're going to run the right side of the floor. You're going to take off. Now, hold. Take off. Go. Get rid of the pool. Now, get rid of it. Now, hold. If my guy, my point guard, passes it behind that corner, all he does is comes in this. He comes in this. Now, this is the offense. Or secondary offense. Or secondary offense. We're running other stuff. You got the idea? So, we're going to go in threes really quickly. In threes. Okay? Practice and we'll go that. So, first thing is, cross that court, we have all the options. Okay? Now, what coach is going to do is you pass the ball back here, across the outside. Because there's no way we have to do it. We're just four, you got to go block, guard block, now coach. Got ready? Finish up the plan, now, coach, right? You want me to show a couple of fast break drills?
Good, I'm just showing the 5.
Okay. All right, coach, got you. Listen up. Let's come on over here. What do you need, coach?
So
Okay.
what he was talking about